Councillors, officers and members of the public, welcome to Wednesday 19th of June 2024 Development Assessment Committee. I will now open the meeting with present and apologies. We have Councillor Ward, who is an apology, with all other councillors in the room. In accordance with Moorabool Shire Council's governance rules, the Council will be recording and live streaming this meeting. Item 4 and 5, confirmation of minutes and matters arising from previous minutes. Councillors, prior to confirming, are there any matters arising from the previous minutes? No. Can I have a councillor to move? Thank you, Councillor Edwards. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Berry. Any dissent? All those in favour? Carried. Councillors, does anyone have a conflict of interest to declare in tonight's agenda? No. Thank you. We will now move on to community planning reports. Item 7.1, development and use of 3 buildings, convenience shop and 2 food and drink premises at 102 to 104 Hallett's Way, Bacchus Marsh. We have 1 registered speaker to the item, which will be coming in online, which is Lynn Foss-Leitner. I will just wait for Lynn to be brought up onto the screen. We'll just give it a few seconds. Lynn, can you hear me?
I certainly can.
Hello, Lynn. Thank you for joining us. I know that you've registered to speak to this item. You can address council now if you'd like. You have 3 minutes, and then after that, councillors, if they wish to ask any questions, will do so. Thank you.
No worries. Yes, I basically objected to this because I live at 53 McCulloch Street, so the proposed building will be running down the side of my property. I'm concerned in regards to the potential, the hours that these businesses will be opening, and that will be considerable, a lot more noise occurring from cars and that. Also, there's no guarantees that they'll even use the car park. They most probably will start parking outside the front of my house as well. And also, which I did speak about, the fence, especially on one of the allotments, the posts are very badly rotted, and that fence certainly needs to be replaced. But mainly is the concerns of the businesses and just the general hours of the, basically it's potentially like 15 hours that these businesses could be opening per day. That's pretty much it, really.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for your words. Councillors, do we have any questions for Lynn? No.
I have a question for officers, if I may.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Sullivan, do you have a question for officers?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My question is, I note in the previous history of the site, there was reference to a permit issued in March 2017. Was that permit issued before the off-ramps were constructed from the freeway or not? Just asking the officers if someone could advise me, please.
Mr Bazout now.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mr Mark Lavelle is online. If I can defer the question to him.
Mr Lovell, thank you.
Yeah, through the chair, the plan application was lodged in 2016 for the medical centre, and the on-ramp, so the off-ramp of the Western Freeway to Hallett's Way wasn't completed until the end of 2018. So at the time of the planning application, there was only an overpass.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Lovell. Is there any other questions from councillors?
No questions, Madam Mayor, but I'd like to move the recommendation as the motion to reject the application or refuse the application.
Thank you, Councillor Edwards. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Berry?
Happy to second, thank you.
Thank you. Do I have any dissent? All those in favour? Carried. Councillors, we'll now move on to the next report. Item 7.2, development of a dwelling at 6 Ellerslie Court, Bacchus Marsh. Councillors, you have a recommendation in your paper. I'm in your hands.
Madam Mayor, there's an alternate that's been circulated for people to defer this.
Yes, Councillor Edwards.
Based on the Development Assessment Committee deferred a planning application for the development of a dwelling at 6 Ellerslie Court, Bacchus Marsh, at the request of the applicant to amend the application to achieve a desired outcome on the site that complies with the objectives of the Emerald Planning Scheme, adequately respond to preferred neighbourhood character in accordance with Housing Bacchus Marsh 2041, and address any other relevant planning considerations.
Thank you, Councillor Edwards. Do I have a seconder for the deferral? You're seconding, Councillor Sullivan. Do I have any dissent? All those in favour? Carried. Thank you. Item 8, update of trends, issues and other matters. I will now ask the Executive Manager of Community Planning and Development to deliver any updates that we may have.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No updates.
No updates, thank you. I will move to item 9, updates of VCAT decisions.
We've got no recent VCAT decisions either.
Right, thank you. Item 10, other business. Councillors, I will move around the room. Do we have any business that you would like to raise? Councillor Sullivan?
No other business, Madam Mayor.
No? Councillor Tatchell?
Just a couple of questions, if I
Yep.
may. Based on, the first question is how many DAC meetings have we got left before we go into caretaker, because I feel that we're going to have some sort of backlog and then there's a massive gap. It would possibly go to March next year before we get back in business again, or people get back in business. So that's the first question, if someone would like to answer that.
We'll just check with Mr Bezet now.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Is the question backlog on planning applications? Couldn't follow it.
Just
No,
DAC
how many
meetings.
DAC meetings
Okay.
have we got left?
Okay.
Through the chair, we have 3 meetings left.
So the second question will be, will we have time, on the basis of the rural living strategy, we'll have to go out to the public for 14 days, I would imagine, and it still has to be accepted by council and sent out by council. My concern is that we will run out of time if we have 3 meetings left based on the times. Can we do the question will be, can we do a special meeting on the basis that it's been in train for such a long time to have this accepted or rejected?
Mr CEO.
Through the chair, the current timeframes that we have do have it going to one of the existing DACs that we have, but we would be more than happy that if it was not able to do that, that we would have a special meeting at the request of councillors to do that.
On that basis, the third question will be, can we get that checked by government so it can't be contested? Should we have to go to a special meeting post or in caretaker so that it can't be contested by the state government planning or Victorian plan, where they could use a technicality based on the caretaker process?
Through the chair, I'm happy to take that one on notice. We would still be trying to get it in before caretaker, with a special meeting. It could actually, be right up to the wire of when caretaker cuts in to do that. But the goal would be that it would come to this council, but we do have to. It would depend on what the feedback comes back on, but the goal is to get it to this council, and that's what we'll be working very strongly to do. And should that not be possible, I'm happy to go and get some advice on what Councillor Tatchell has referred to.
What I'm saying is, can we get the advice just in case there's a different agenda by the state government or from the planning division? I just want to make sure that we're covered, because I know we've had trouble with staff, and I know there's been a problem getting this to the table, and I know we've had trouble. We're very fortunate to get another contractor to come in and look after it, but if we don't get this through, it could be Easter next year, and that you know, it's basically, you know, the best part of 7 or 8 months. I mean, we have a big enough problem when we run from October, really, through to March, where where stuff just gets put on the back burner. This one in particular I think is incredibly important, and I think the other councillors would agree with that.
Thank
I
you.
would hope.
Thank you, Councillor Tatchell.
That's all I got.
Councillor Berry, do you have anything?
No other business,
No?
thanks, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Dudzik.
No other business, thank you.
Councillor Edwards.
Just one, Madam Mayor. Just wondering if there was any update on Grant Street, those units come housing, if there's been any movement there at all.
Mr Bazet now.
I'll take that on notice and then provide a written update tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr Basenhout.
Thank you, councillors. Item 11, date of next meeting will be the Wednesday, 17th of July 2024. Thank you, councillors, officers and members of the public for attending this evening's meeting. I will now declare the meeting closed. Thank you.